Guys, go ahead and mute your phone. Let's see who that is. Somebody's unmuted. Let's see. That's you, Sharon. Got you. And Andrea. Okay. All right, guys, let's get started. This is Jona Feb. I'm chiming in from Houston, Texas. I want to thank you guys for getting on tonight. We had a lot of awesome feedback, guys, from last week, and I'm going to do this like I said in the chat. I'm going to show up when you guys show up. So you guys, here's why I started this training. If the video may be a little off from the audio, and that may have to do with because I'm looking at my mouth. And I'm not quite sure how this is sounding, but hopefully it's coming out okay. I'm just trying something different with the technology. The reason why I did this, guys, is because our organization is consistent. It's stable. We have a lot of customers. And I heard the gentleman on the leadership call this morning, he says, be grateful and be thankful for where you are. Whether you're chairman, platinum 5,000, 1,600, 150, or you're two and you're free, be grateful where you are. And basically what he was saying was so that God can, trust you with more. So I know for me, I know that. And I'm so grateful because, though we haven't exploded yet and we haven't grown from 2017, we haven't lost our rank as an organization. And the reason why I say it like that is because my numbers are the accumulation of all of your numbers. And those leaders that are building a business like I am, your numbers are accumulation of all your customers. So the only way that my numbers can stay consistent and I'm not lose my rank, guys, is that we have a lot of customers who are committed to learning. Now, Healing Humanity Global, which is my organization, the founder of it, I'm also the CEO and president of Jona Feb Consulting. So yes, I do. I have a lot going on right now. Pretty much I've been on conference calls for the last 2 weeks, 7 to 9 p.m. every night, Monday through Friday, without fail. But I prayed for this, I asked for this, and now here it is. God breathed, right? So I'm not complaining. But that's why the days of our training can't be consistent. So I'm fitting it in with schedules and meetings and speaking and all the things that I'm doing. But I'm committed to making it happen. Shout out to the UK team, because what we decided to do, guys, was 6 hours different for them. They tried to get on, well, they did get on last week, but it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So what I decided to do for them was yesterday, I did the same type of training with them at 3 p.m. my time, 9 p.m. their time. So that works better for them. So I'll continue to do that as well. But I'm here to support you. But here's the reason why I started this. The reason why I had this training was because, first of all, I saw how consistent you were. I saw how committed you were, because the numbers were consistent. They stayed the same, okay? And so, there we go. Francine, okay. So the numbers were there, and I'm saying, okay, these guys are committed. They're committed to learning. They're showing up on the traders training. I see the leaders, the builders are on Dr. Jewel's leadership call Monday through Thursday, and I'm not, because of some conflicts. I've got other conference calls that's going on at 10 a.m. on certain days of the week, so I'm not on there all the time. But when I get on, I see you guys are consistent, and you're on those calls. And so I see the consistency. I see the commitment. So when I came into 2018, I had a conversation with a couple of the leaders, and I'm like, okay, where is everybody? Why are they so quiet? They're consistent. They're committed. I do have a relationship with a lot of your customers, so I'm sure that they are actually, getting on the training and learning how to trade and so forth. But I don't see them. You don't hear them. They're not promoting. So here's the thing. I said, a lot of people won't share this because this is exciting. You can't help but share it when you get excited about it and you start trading and you're making money, etc. So you start sharing it. So I said this to the UK team yesterday. I was like, okay, so why aren't we growing? Why aren't we at least by 2 starting to grow, right? And that's because individuals that are trading right now, they're committed to their learning, that confidence is not there. And so confidence comes in when you're able to really look at that chart, find your entry, find your exit, make that money. And guys, money is relevant to all of us. It depends on account size. So when you see these different, screenshots that come out, I really don't like doing that, but sometimes there's so much as a lesson in it, and that I usually use my screenshots to keep the lesson. That's why I don't share them often. But don't get caught up in the money amount. Stay focused on the process. So you have to be able to share the process with people. Someone said from the UK yesterday, and I said the reason why a lot of people don't share is because they're not confident enough to be able to share it. And I said, if someone asks you, well, since you're so excited about it, show me how much money you've made, show me what you've done, then you've introduced it to them the wrong way. Because you should have introduced it from the posture of a student and not a moneymaker. Because as much, I've been trading for 2 years, and I've gotten a lot better than I was the first year I started, of course, okay? But I still introduce myself as a student. That's why you don't see me giving out trades. You never see me doing that, because I really want you to learn. People want to know, when is it a good time to buy crypto? And I'm more of a crypto trader now than I am a Forex trader. But because I was a Forex trader and everything I learned from iMarkets Live, and I still do, because I follow Stevenson Lindor. Everybody should have someone that they're following that they connect with, okay? If you're a trader, we have someone from the UK. They just started 2 weeks ago. The only person you really should be plugged into right now is Adese Duncan and that IML Academy. Until you feel comfortable coming out of there, then my next recommendation would be Lee Allen. Now, if some of you, I haven't been on a lot of the new crypto traders, IML TV. So if some of you, you know what I'm going with. I'm looking for that teacher in them, that kind of elementary style way of training. That's the only person that I would recommend a beginner getting in, because if you go into some of these other trainers' webinars, it's going to be way over your head. It's going to cause you to be overwhelmed, and it'll cause you to back up, okay? So I started this training because it's different. I'm going to be calling some of you to the front of the class. This is not about me getting on here showing you entries and this and that. That's not what I'm going to do. What I am going to do is talk about some things that I don't believe gets asked, because you think it's simple. But I know for me, I didn't ask it, but I had to figure it out, because I was like, okay, how? They're moving so fast on these webinars. I don't know, where did they get that tool from? How did they do this, that, and the other thing? So every one of my webinars is going to start off with a little bit of that, because we have new people joining all the time. I expect these trainings to get larger and larger. If you notice, after our last training, guys, we had more participation in charting. So you saw the charts hit our patient traders group, okay? They marked those charts that are in patient traders, guys. They did that themselves, okay? And so now they're getting to the point where they can see, you know what, I could have taken that trade. I could have entered right there, and I could have exited, so that's the goal of this, okay? So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to pull up my chart, and it's already in what I call a beginner's format. So you're looking at my screen right now, and guys, what this looks like is what it looks like on MetaTrader 4 when you log in for the first time. You're looking at this and you're like, okay, this doesn't look like anything that I'm seeing on these web IML TV. This looks different. There's not a whole lot of training. There's not a whole lot of training on this. Okay. So all we're going to do with this, guys, is we're going to change it to candlesticks. And here's my candlestick. You got your bar chart, candlestick, line graph. So all I did was change it to candlesticks right here, guys. So you should be on 2 devices so you can watch me, and you can actually be doing this maybe on your mobile device or something like that. So here's what you want to do. You change it to your birthday. Well, you know what? I see everybody else's they have red and green candlesticks. I want my candlesticks to be red and green too. So all you have to do, guys, is right click. You can put your mouse anywhere inside of the chart, right click all the way down here at the bottom for properties, and there you go. Okay, we're not going to worry about anything but the bull candle and the bear candle. Bull is your up candle, bear is your down candle. Okay, so bull, we want that to be green. It's going up. We highlight the green. I like the line color, nice and bright. The bear candle means the market's going down. We want that to be red. And we click OK. And there you go. And so now we can just hit this little plus sign, and we can increase our screen, and there you go. Okay? Now, if you don't want these grids, it doesn't matter, but I don't like them. I just don't like them. So no real reason. I just like clean chart. So you right click again. And guys, here's the word grid right here. You click on it, you turn it off. okay? Now, when you hit the minus and the plus sign, as you increase these candle sizes, guys, you also have to look down here at the bottom, and you can see February. We just stepped into February 8th, but you see it says February the 7th, February the 6th, February the 5th. If I decrease this some more, now I'm going all the way back to January 31st, okay? You normally want to go back 3 to 6 months when you're marking up the chart. Now, the other thing I want to share with you is this is in NZD USD. When I'm trading Forex, there's only probably two pairs that I trade, and that's NZD USD and GJ and UJ every now and then, okay? But this is NZD USD. Now, what I did, I showed you how I like my chart set up. You may want other colors, but I wanted to show you the tools how to do that, okay? So now that we have NZD up here, I've got this going back to January. So we've got a little over 30 days. Well, no, not necessarily, just January 31st. Let me decrease it just a little bit more. Let's see what's happening. See if we can get a little bit more. Okay, because this is gonna help us. This goes back to January the 24th, but that's okay. Candles are a little small, but until we get to looking at different trends and things like that, it really doesn't matter, because I'm going to show you about support and resistance, and then we're going to start pulling some of you to the front of the class. And then I want to open up the Q&A. This training is all about what you need. I have no agenda. I have no agenda, guys. I know how to trade. Right now, my focus, I have my own trading plan. And if you didn't get on Lee Allen's trading plan webinar, I think it was last week, it was recorded, so go to IML TV and watch that. But I have my own trading plan. So right now I'm on a 30-day study of the Ichimoku cloud. That's just an analysis. Don't let it, I'm not trying to impress you. It's just an analysis. So my goal is to be in, I opened up a separate demo account for it. I'm growing a $5,000 account doing just the analysis from the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, and I think I've grown that account to almost $5,500. Okay, I'm not going to go live with that until after 30 days because I really need to get this down. Delonte has done a great job in his training on the members only section. He does it every Monday, I think 3 p.m. Central. So back to this. Now we've marked up our chart. We've got it to look the way we want it to look. And so now we're trying to see, okay, what is the market doing right now? Should I get in? Should I not? Well, first of all, when you look at this, since February the 6th, let's say February the 6th or 7th, I'm right here, guys. This NZD USD has been falling like a rock in water. Okay? So with that, we know it's in a downtrend. I don't counter trend trade. Some people do and make money on the retrace. I don't. So if I saw this, I'm on the 1 hour time frame right here, the 1 hour. Now, for those of you that just may be getting started or maybe watching this video, I want to stop right here and explain to you why is this important. Because when you do your analysis on these different timelines, each one of these candles represents something different. So I'm on the 1 hour time frame, meaning every candle represents 1 hour of activity. Okay? The 4 hours of activity. The daily, 1 day of activity. Normally when I'm doing a markup for Forex, I'm either going to be on the daily, or if I've got time to kind of really sit on the chart during a particular time of the day, I'm on the 1 hour. Okay? So, but typically I mark up on the daily. Now, you notice when I clicked over to the daily, look what happened to the calendar down here at the bottom. I'm all the way back to February 2017. Why is that? Because every one of these candles represents 1 day. Okay? So let me get back over to the 1 hour. Okay. Charlotte, I'm not sure. There we go. Okay. So now what we want to do now is okay, we've got our chart looking the way we want it to. Now let's do some support and resistance. We're on the 1 hour. So to do that, guys, you want to change your candlestick, and I hope you're doing this with me, to a line chart. The reason why we do that is because of these points. We can see them a lot better than the candlesticks and their wick on the candlestick, okay? And the reason why I'm focusing on this is I don't believe people realize how much money they can make just learning support and resistance. Lee Allen's testimony, she made money the first 90 days just off of support and resistance. We add the other analysis only because it gives us more confirmation how strong that move is going to be. But it's not important for you to trade. It just makes you a better trader. But support and resistance, you have to learn this, okay? And you have to learn how to do it yourself. Why is that? One of the things I want us to be good at is confirming our own trades. Swipe trade, the web analyzer, love the web analyzer. Who said that? Somebody said on Jules' call that it was like taking candy from a baby, and it is, because pretty much the web analyzer is saying, okay, this is a sale, here's the entry. But here's the thing it doesn't take into the factor that's missing there is news, okay? So if you don't know how to check the news, if you don't know how to go in and do support and resistance and really, see if that's a good entry or not, then you may take a trade that one trade could cost you money. So yes, learn how to mark up your own chart, okay? So we're gonna mark up our chart. You have what you call support and resistance. You have your highest high and your lowest low, guys. And right now this thing is really, really hitting the low based on what I'm seeing right now on the 1 hour. So we go over here, and hopefully you can see me. I'm circling this. These are our tools. So we go over here and we grab this line here, and we find the lowest price point right here, and we put it right there, okay? Then we go and we grab it again, and we do the highest one. Oh, and shout out to all you guys who posted your charts in Patient Traders. So proud of you. And I don't know who it was today. Somebody even did that take profits 1, 2, or 3. I was like, girl, but then she said she missed it. But you know what was so powerful about what she said? She recognized that she missed it. Most of us are taking trades and we don't know why they're going bad or even why they went good, right? But she recognized that she wasn't able to get in because she missed the entry. So that's a good thing. Okay, so now we've got our highest high and our lowest low, guys. So now what we got to do is we've got to find these common price areas where market tends to hit and bounce off. That's all support and resistance is. It's not deep. Okay, so you got to find these points, and what you want to do, and I can show you that, and I can talk you through it. So now what we're looking for is other areas where price may have hit it and bounced off. I chose this because I saw. You double click on it to move it. Okay, I'm going to put this right here because what this is, I got a point here, 2, 3, and almost 4. So that's a good one. I'll take that. Okay. Now I'm going to go and look for another one. No more than 2 or 3 in the middle. Okay. But they call those minor support and resistance. So let me put this one right here because I'm seeing a little movement in this area. I'm on the NZD, USD. I'm going to put this right here, and here's why. Look at this. Touch, almost touch, touch, touch. This is really close. Touch, close, close, touch, touch, touch. That's a good area, okay? Now, because this is the highest high, I'm going to leave this here. But what has happened since January the 31st, this has been in a downward trend. It hit the support right here, bounced off, didn't go all the way back up here like it did over here. So you could have got in, but I'm telling you, if I'd have been here and I was looking at this chart, I would have got in on this entry for other reasons, but I would have got in here. But guys, I would have set my take profit right up in here. You know why? Because I wouldn't have wanted this to happen to me. Sometimes we get in and we'll set it and we don't, well, first of all, we set take profit based on what somebody else said. That's what I don't want this group to be about. I want you to be able to do this yourself and be able to say, you know what? I know maybe they see something I don't, but I know that this has gone to this area before and bounced off. I'm getting my money and I'm getting out. I'm going to take my 50 tips and I'm going to get out, okay? Until you build up more confirmations. When you build up more confirmations through additional analysis, you'll be able to stay in those trades a little bit longer. But right now, this whole training, this hands-on training, and I'm doing with you guys is to build up your confidence, okay? I want you to be able to do this yourself. So I would have got in here, but guys, my take profit probably would have been somewhere, because I wouldn't have had this part. All I would have saw was this. So I would have gotten out, definitely gotten out somewhere around here, okay? I would have probably set my take profit, and then if I'd have done that, look at these areas over here. If I had done that, look what the market did. It went up, came back, probably would have come back to the area that I had my take profit, took off again, came back, and then look, it's been dropping ever since. Okay? So if I'd have put my take profit up here, I'd have lost the trade. It would have probably hit my stop loss. Now, I will say when I'm scalping, I trade without a stop loss. Most scalpers do because you're sitting there watching it the whole time. So I'll just put that out there. So hopefully this makes sense to you guys. There's not going to be a whole lot of deep right now because until I start getting feedback from you guys and I start seeing your own markup charts and you put in your entries and your X's in and making money, we're not moving on. So what I'm waiting on, our success will be built on your communication, what's going on with your charting, you know, and that type of thing, because that's what this is all about. I see some chat. Let's see what's happening. Oh, okay. Joanne, I got you. Okay. So hopefully now let's turn our candlesticks back on, okay? So now you can see this from the candlestick position. Here's the thing. I bet you everybody who has their charts marked up right now are sitting here waiting to see what this is going to do. Let me see if I can reduce this. I want to go up to the daily. Okay, you see what happened with the daily? This is another reason why I mark up on the daily when it comes to Forex. It brought in all of our support and resistance. So if I was marking up the daily, what I would have done was my lines would have been up here. Let me go back to my line chart because it's easier. That line would have been there. Somebody's unmuted. Did you just join? I'm going to put this here. You guys know why I'm going there? You see these different touches? Okay, close, close. Typically, some people will do this though, just so you know. They'll do this because that was the lowest point. That's not what I do. I'm looking for common touches at the lowest point, so I will do this. Okay. And then this one, let's see what I would have done with this one on the daily. All we did was change time. No, that's not bad. Right there. And I probably would have left that. I'll leave that one there and move that out of my way. Just a little. Yeah. Okay. So this is on the daily. Now that we're looking at the daily, the person that would be looking at this trade, let's put it back in the candlestick so you can see what I'm talking about. It's going down. And based on the candlestick, and we're not going in that tonight, for those of you that you feel like you're getting this, you were on last week, you're getting a little bit comfortable, you've been marking up your chart all week. The next thing I want to point you to, education-wise, is candlestick. And the reason why is because then you would see this engulfing red candle. Engulfing just means it is so big, it's engulfing the candle before it. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. But there are a couple of things that you have to know about candlesticks. When they start to line up a certain way, it means something. Okay? So if you're ready to move on to something a little bit deeper, then the next thing you want to do is start studying candlesticks. And don't get overwhelmed because there's a bunch of different styles. But engulfing is definitely one you need to know about. Okay, so I'm looking at this. This is an engulfing candlestick. I mean, this is a strong downward move, okay? Now, here's another move. This next candle opened up where the last candle ended off. That means something, okay? That's another strong indication that this is going to continue to drop. But we'll have to see, okay? Now, when I get ready to do an entry, I don't enter on the daily. I don't even enter on the 4 hour. I enter on the 15. Everybody's got their own deal, okay? And you see what happened when we did on the 15. Pretty much all of our support and resistance went away for the most part, because here's the highest one right here on our 15 minute, and here's our lowest one right now, and it's already broken through that. Okay, so it's still falling. All right. So I wanted to have this kind of conversation with you because, guys, I want your confidence built up. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I'm getting ready to come back over to the chat. Any questions? Any questions? Did it help? Thank you, Prophetess Nell. Okay, let me go over here. All right, Mr. Kenneth. You say she will call me, huh?
No.
Oh, no. I want you to, first of all, I also want us to understand how to share our screen. So this is more of a how to use Zoom. Everyone, some of you came on after I started talking and taping. But if you highlight your mouse over the screen, a lot of your choices will be there. And one says share screen. So based on the chart that you're on, all I want you to do, Kenneth, is to share your screen.
What?
I'm gonna unshare so here's what I have to do, guys, on my end. I hit stop share. So you probably see in my picture now. Now, Kenneth, I want you to hit share on your screen.
Okay. I'm using 2 different.
Okay.
I'm using 2
Unmute
different
yourself and tell her.
computers.
Yeah, the one that you have because you should be looking at me on one, but the one that has your chart on it, if you're on with me, you're gonna have to hit the share button, and whatever's on that computer, you're gonna have to click on it. If it's your chart, if you've got JAFX or whatever, Trading View, whatever you've got open, you go and click on that, and we'll be able to see it. And be patient with us, because this is what I want you guys to get used to, because I feel like while he's working that out, what I'm sensing is that IML TV is just that, it's TV to you. You're logging in, you're watching, you don't necessarily see them grabbing certain tools and how they did what they did. You're starting to understand it, but you're not really seeing it. And so I am going to take the time to, just some minor things like, how do I share my screen? How do I let you see what I'm doing? Jonah, help me. Or your leaders are getting better at trading. Hey, can we get on the line real quick? I've been working on this chart. It's not working. I'm not getting it. Can you, X, Y, Z. Okay. So we've got to learn how to use our tools. Okay. So how we doing, Kenneth? Oh, you're switching over. Okay. You're switching over to Zoom on where you have the charts. Okay, someone else while he does that. Let's see. You can either raise your hand or unmute your phone, or I can call you to the front of the class. No problem doing either. And not you, Prophetess Nell, because we did you last week. So let's see. And don't be scared, okay? Is it Charlotte? Is that how you pronounce your name? Charlotte? Let me know where you're from, because I'm seeing a lot of names that I'm not used to seeing. Charlotte? You are unmuted, honey.
Woo, thank God.
Nell says, I jumped last week. Yes, you did. But I saw that chart, too. That's the benefit of you jumping. All right, Miss Charlotte, are you there? Don't be scared, honey. I just asked you a question. Where are you from?
Meeting ID.
When you get ready, Kenneth, just let me know.
All right, give me a second.
Oh, you're from Dallas. Okay.
Your mic is on.
Charlotte, are you with Prophetess Nell, or are you with Joshua?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you.
Oh, okay. The Kingdom Connectors. Excellent. Okay, let me hear your voice, sweetie. Let me hear your voice. It's okay. We're not going to put you on the spot. I just want to know where you are. The whole point of this training is to get you out of the shadows. That's where your confidence builder is going to get. So everybody on here is a student. I just happen to enroll before you. That's all. Okay? So no biggie. Charlotte, are you there? Desktop has no mic. Okay, so I need you to, okay, you type it in the chat. Okay. So next week, thank you for bringing that to my attention. So here's what I'm going to do. Next week, guys, I'm going to provide you with a telephone number. Now, this is how this works. When you log into Zoom, it asks you, do you want to use the computer or do you want to use your phone? If you don't have a mic on your computer, you let them know. That's you, Kenneth. Message, got you. Okay. Somebody just unmuted. So just so you guys know, Charlotte unmuted. Okay, let me mute her back. Because here's the thing, I'm not sure if you do or don't have a mic, because if you didn't have a mic, I wouldn't have the ability to mute and unmute you. And I do have that ability. So maybe you're not sure about the technical aspects of your laptop. So Neil, you may want to get with her and work on that, because if she didn't have a microphone in her laptop, I wouldn't have the unmute and mute option. So she has a mic. I'm just not quite sure. She's got to be able to use her laptop and tools and buttons and all that good stuff. Okay. But she brings up a good point. There are some people who may have laptops or computers that you may not have the built-in microphone. And so what you can do is you won't be able to see on the mobile phone, but if you call the number, it's going to ask you for the Zoom ID meeting number and then click pound. And then it's going to ask you for the what is it? Not ID number, something else. It's call number or something like that. It's a 2-digit number. What that does is it plugs you into this meeting so you can hear my voice and we can hear your voice. And all you will have to do is mute and unmute your phone. So the next time, if you know you don't have a mic on your computer, because again, guys, this call is not about you coming and listening to me. That's not going to happen. Okay? So, people that come to this call, it's because you're ready to go to the next level and you're ready to put yourself out there. And so considering how many people we have in this organization, and there's 9 or 10 people on the call, I was correct, okay, in thinking that this is what we need. This is what we need. So I'm going to continue to keep pushing forward to this. Okay, so great. I would like a phone number because I'm new to this technology. Can I get to my demo account and see your page at the same time? Okay. So here's how you get to see my page at the same time and your chart. So what I would suggest you do so you got your mobile phone and you've got your laptop. Both of them should have the Zoom app on them. Okay, both of them should have the Zoom app on them. So if you're on your laptop, you log into the Zoom like you're doing right now. You see my face, you see me talking, you see my chart, you see what I'm doing. But on your mobile phone, you have MetaTrader 4. Okay? On your mobile phone, there we go. On your mobile phone, you have Zoom. So you can either put me on the phone, log into Zoom and put me on the phone and watch me there, and set up your Zoom and chart on the laptop. So primarily, you could be logged in both places, because you could be logged on the phone to watch me, and you can be logged into your laptop so that you can see your own chart. And here's what will happen. I'll say, Kenneth, come to the line. That's why he's logging into Zoom on his laptop, because he probably was logged in somewhere else watching me, right? So now he's logged into Zoom on his laptop, and because he has his MetaTrader 4 or his trading view open, he clicked on share screen, guys. Now we can see what he's looking at on his own laptop. That's how this works. Okay, so there you go, no problem. Okay, it just gives me an opportunity, and I'm recording, so people who will look at the recording will know when you come to this class, it will be best. It's best if you have 2 devices. Watch me on the phone, log in, watch me on the phone, log into Zoom on your laptop, and have your own charts up, so that when I call you to the front of the class, all you have to do is click the share button and we can see your screen. Okay, great. We needed that. We needed to talk about that. Okay. All right, so Kenneth, we're on NZD USD. What is your favorite pair? Oh, she's downloading it. Okay, thank you, Prophet Snell. Kenneth? Hello? Oh, he's muted. Hold on. Did I mute you?
I'm sorry, Jona.
Oh, there you go. Okay. What's your favorite pair? I know we're looking at NZD USD, but what's your favorite pair? What do you normally do?
Actually, I use 4 all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Australian dollar versus the US dollar.
Okay.
British pound versus the Japanese yen.
GJ.
Yep. Gold versus the dollar.
Oh, no, we're not messing with that. She and I, we are not friends.
Yeah, but we get along pretty good.
I know you sent me a screenshot one time. I was like, you know what? He handling that gold because that gold was handling me. She ran me up out of that demo account when I was testing her out. I was like, no, right. I'm not ready to fight. But sounds like you got a handle on her.
Yeah, and I use the dollar versus the Japanese yen also.
UJ, yeah, like you say. Okay, let's pull up one of them. It doesn't really matter. Hi, Shar. Pull up. What is it, UJ? What do we say? Yeah, USD JPY or. Because we've kind of already talked about New Zealand already. You're on TradingView. Okay, very good. Okay, so guys, he just pulled up the US dollar against the Japanese yen. He's on TradingView, so look at his tools to the left. They look a lot different than mine. Okay? Now, you play around with this. The same tools are here. You just got to find them and know how to use them. Okay? So if you wanted to change your candlesticks to line graphs, where would you go, Kenneth? Is that up to what, 6 up there next to the 15 minute?
No, I would right click.
You see up at the top? Oh, okay.
Right click, go down to properties.
Because what I want them to see is just getting used to the routine of changing the candlestick to a line chart so you can mark it up, mark your support and resistance up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, right up here.
There you go, line. Excellent. Okay, now go for it. Your high is high, your low is low, and then find 2 or 3 in the middle. There you go. Now, for those of you, and I know, Hattie, you use TradingView. I'm not sure if you're on the line, but you'll probably watch this video. You may be at work. You're using TradingView as well, so watch him very carefully and see where his toolbar is. There we go. There you go. Excellent.
Let's see. Our topic right there.
Okay, now for purposes of training, why did you put your line there? Go over the points, the reason what led you to put your line where you did. Because you need a minimum of 2 to 3, I said 3 to 5 points to hit that line for it to be like a common spot. So show everybody the points that you, okay.
1.
Almost 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, because this has range, this has gone through a tremendous range, I would suggest you find at least one more, and then I'm looking at another one even above that, an area So maybe 2 more and that's it.
Let me talk to her. Joan, I'm just doing a little range right now, okay?
No, that's fine. So guys, hopefully you're paying attention. If you're on the same chart, mark up your chart as well. More practice for you. There you go. I like that one.
Yeah. And one more.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say about right there.
Yeah, I like that too.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So guys, you see what he did? Hopefully you do. Type in the chat if you understand why he went, why he put his line where he did. Now, the second one from the bottom, I probably would not have done that. And the reason why is because it kept ranging up in that area. I probably would have gone up a little higher. I don't know why, but because the first thing I saw was that range all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. So it should be, to me, I would have placed it second from the top. Because look at all those touches to the left. Yeah, somewhere in there, maybe down a little bit. I would have caught the ones touching something. Yeah, right there. Because look at how many touches in that area are close. I probably would have done that one first because it just caught my attention. Again, guys, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just showing you different things so that your eyes get trained and you can see what it is that we're seeing. Where he had it at first wasn't wrong. It's just that the reason why I would have put something there in that area, because that is a strong area right there. But excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, Mr. Kenneth, if you would take a screenshot of that and put that in Patience Traders, I'd appreciate it. Next. Now, if you click the unshare or stop share button for me. There we go. All right. Anybody else before I start calling names? Ingrid. Unmute your phone, darling, from Tacoma. Are you in Tacoma? I think you're in Tacoma, Washington. Seattle. Hey, lady. Unmute your phone and click the share button. Let's see what you're looking at. Can't hear you. Ingrid. I know you're trading over there. You've been trading for a while. Go in this chat. Somebody just wrote something in here. Ingrid. Unmute, darling. I got you muted. Uh-oh. I unmuted you, Charlotte. Let's see. There's Ingrid. Unmute. Type in the chat for me. Something going on? We've got somebody on a Galaxy J3 Luna Pro. Can you type in the chat who you are, your name, where you're calling from? Maybe you did and it's further up. I don't know. All right, guys, we are in class. Ingrid. Oh, your mic. Oh, guys, also don't do what I did last week. I had my laptop muted. If you got a mute and an unmute on your laptop, okay? Somebody's screen just came up. Who is this? Is that you, Ingrid? Type yes in the chat if that's you. Probably is. And if, oh, you got your, oh, look at you, balling over here. You got your alert set. We're gonna teach you guys how to do that too. That's a beautiful thing when you set certain alerts for price action, so your laptop goes off and you know you're getting close to an entry that you've been watching. That's why you don't have to sit and watch your laptop and your computer. So I see she has her alert set. Is this your screen we're looking at, Ingrid? I just want to make sure. Oh, that is Galaxy Taylor. She's in class and taking care of the 4 day. Oh, got you. Okay. All right. So here's what we can. Oh, that's Ingrid's screen. Okay. All right. Okay. So Ingrid, if that's you, darling, go ahead on and share your screen. Whoever that was sharing, put your screen back up. I'm trying to see, how can I tell? I thought I would be able to see a name or something. Did you see their name, Kenneth? Whose screen was that, guys? Talk to me. Okay. All right, Ingrid. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to work out this mic stuff. One thing, just be real careful because your laptop, that's what I was doing last week, and I was just talking, but my laptop was muted because I tend to do that because I have these chimes on my phone from the web analyzer, and I'm on the phone constantly. So I don't want that thing going off when I'm on the phone, and I'll mute my laptop if it gets unmuted. So you do have a mute and an unmute on your laptop as well as on Zoom, okay? All right, who's up next? What we're doing? Keep it moving. We got a few more minutes here. All right. So if we can hear you, go ahead and take us to a chart. Go to the line graph, mark it up. I kind of wanted to talk to you though, because you're not talking a lot. So I think what I may do next week, guys, we may have Ingrid show us how to put alerts on our charts. Which I'll talk with her about that and see if she's comfortable with that. And I believe we have to send them the files too, right, Ingrid? I have those 2 files. I believe we have to send them the files for them to be able to do that. We can work that out maybe next week or the week after. But that is a nice feature. That is a nice feature, guys, I'm telling you. When you start doing support and resistance and you're looking for an entry and you're saying, well, you know what, this thing is about 30 to 50 pips from where I really want to get in, and you put an alert on that price and your computer goes off when it hits it, or if you're taking notes, there is an app called Call Level. If somebody can type that in the chat, just put app, and the name of that app is CALLLEVELS, Call Level. It will allow you, the free version, I think, gives you up to 5. It'll allow you an opportunity for both Forex and crypto. When price gets to a certain place, it'll send you a notification to your phone. All right, so we're looking at the British pound and USD. She's got alerts going off left and right. You're switching. Okay, you dropped off on us. Okay. While we get that straight, I'm going to show you guys something. Because what time is it? Oh, it's almost 9:30. Jeez, time go by quick. I want to go over to crypto because this is my, sorry about that, guys. I told y'all I'm testing the cloud. But, and I may teach on that when I get real good at it, because right now I'm starting to see exactly. And guys, the cloud is nothing but support and resistance. Because look at here. You see this? Oh, you know what? Did I share? Yeah, I did share. Okay. You see this candle coming down right here? Some people would want to know, well, should I get in and do a sell with this? First of all, price is above the cloud. Absolutely not. So if price is above the cloud, it's more leaning towards a buy than it is a sell. Okay, I don't care what the candlesticks are doing. This acts as a support. So more than likely, if it comes down here, it's either going to bounce off of it or you're going to find it in here and you never trade inside the cloud. Okay. So I'll just share a little bit in pieces, but this is nothing but support and resistance. You see how over here it was going up, and this is Bitcoin. It was going up today, and it hit this, and it has so much momentum. The wider the cloud, the bigger the momentum. but it had so much momentum, it broke right on through the cloud. It came down, came over here, and just broke right on through it. Okay, it's been doing its thing, and then it dropped here. So this is what I'm focused on, is learning how to read this. Because what this tells me, you know how I'm showing you guys the support and resistance, just the lines, okay? This is the same thing. It's just with the cloud. And the cloud just gives me more parameters to say, okay, is the Chiku span above price? Is price above the cloud? Where's the TK? You know, these are all things that is so visual. Once we get it down on paper and you can look at the screen and say, oh my goodness, confirmation number 1, number 2, number 3, I'm taking this trade. That's all this is. Okay. So you'll get that over time, and everything that you're looking at means something. Somebody just unmuted. And this is XRP. Here's what I wanted to do. Who's that?
That was Ingrid. Sorry. I'm just catching up.
That's okay. That's okay. Did you have your chart ready to go up?
My computer seemed like is kind of slow with the Zoom going, so I have to test it out for next time.
Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit, guys. Where are you from? Tacoma? Are you Tacoma?
Excuse me. Yes, I'm in Tacoma, Washington. Okay,
you're in Tacoma, because I know you've been trading for a while. What is your favorite pair? What do you like trading? Forex, crypto?
Forex, I'm comfortable with that. I've been doing that for, like a year now, trying to learn. But, I'm very excited about being able to trade with crypto. So it's, it's the same type of thing, and knowing so much and how to look at price action, to get a little bit and then, go for it from that. That's great. And so I was telling my aunt that I had in my demo, I had gone from 500 to 5,000 in like 3 days. And like, I think I kind of got this now. I've been working on it for a while, so.
Yeah, I mean that crypto moves fast too.
Yeah, that's that's really, and I've only done the small lot sizes with that one because I'm too scared on that one.
No, don't play. I'm telling you, I'm scared on it too. I just be like, I jump in, and my thing is I'll take like 100 pips at a time because it does move fast. And usually, guys, the only thing I do on crypto is scalp right now because it's so volatile. Mm-hmm. It is so volatile. Absolutely. So, guys, what we're looking at right now, thank you, Ingrid. I did say this. I don't know if you heard me earlier. You and I can talk offline. I think I want to, over the next week or two, introduce these alerts to show them how to put these alerts on. And I believe there's 2 files that we have to send them, right? Isn't it 2 to put those alerts on? Or was that something else?
I think that's something different. Because I've tried the alerts just by themselves, but those were from that you saw. Those were part of an indicator, and so I have my background is programming, and so that's something I've been looking at and trying to get more into. Also, is programming my own. They call them EA, expert advisors. So that's another thing that I'm working on. But I'm excited to have been able to kind of really break through with just the Forex and the patterns. And I want to say that I was talking to Deetra, I think the other day, and it's like, one of the things is definitely the more you look at the charts, things will start to jump out to you. And because I know it at first it's like, oh, pretty colors. Now, and even when they said, I heard about a W and an M, okay, I got that. But then when they got the harmonics, I was like, how do you get that from there? How can you look at these lines and see a back pattern or anything, Gartley? But after working with it, if I can't identify one, but I can say, oh, this looks like a harmonic, and sure enough, look something in, and yep, that's a harmonic. And then that's another way to start, setting up for some targets, entries, and exits also.
Absolutely. And guys, thank you so much, Ingrid. We'll be talking offline because I think I want to kind of start helping them with not. My focus on this is, of course, bringing people to the front of the class, getting comfortable with your information, getting comfortable with putting your charts out there. Because guys, the more confidence you get in taking your own trade, your learning will go to the next level. The moment you do a support and resistance, and of course in your demo account, please, and you take that entry and you make money off of your own entry. Now, what I love about what iMarkets Live does for us, iMarkets Live gives us an edge. Because to sit on these calls with Stevenson Lindor and all these other individuals, and they're pointing to different pairs and saying, guys, watch this. Why? Because. Okay, so you're learning in that regard, but at the same time, you're able to come back to your chart, mark it up yourself, and feel confident in taking that trade rather than just copy paste type of thing. And that's what these trainings are all about. And I also, so with that being said, and we're going to end the call because we've gone over tonight, but I believe it was good. With that being said, if you have an alert, something coming to your phone saying, hey, price just hit this area. So you might want to take a look at it and, go ahead and put a trade in, whether it's a pending trade or a market execution, which is directly into the market. Those alerts are really helpful. Before we get off the line, I just pulled up Bitcoin. As we were talking, you guys saw me set up support and resistance for it from a brand new chart. Okay. And then I changed it to the calendars. Now, who can tell me what they're seeing, what they're looking at right now? I was getting ready to say something, but I want somebody to unmute and tell me what they're seeing. According to current price right now, Bitcoin is somewhere around 79.83. We're on the 15-minute, and again, I don't trade any higher than the 15-minute on cryptocurrency because it's so volatile. So who can unmute their phone and tell me what they see as far as price is concerned and support and resistance? Anybody? You got 5 seconds or I'm calling on somebody. Let's see. Unmute your phone. All right, Prophetess Nell, I haven't heard your voice tonight. Beautiful lady, unmute that phone.
You're so prophetic because I was trying to unmute. I'm in the kitchen at the same time. Hang on a second. Let me mute this other device. Okay. Here's what I think I see. At the bottom where the lowest point was, it looks like it dropped oh no. We come over to the most recent candle. Is that right?
Right. And tell me what you see, what's happening with price right now, and what you're thinking about where it's at right now, based on what you can see in the past.
Hey. Oh my God. Okay.
And this is helping you to train your eye. That's what this exercise is about. There's no one else wanted to volunteer. I know y'all see this. I'm going to point to something. I'm going to point to something to kind of give you a hint.
Okay. Thank you.
Area. Take a look at this area.
Okay.
Take a look at this area. Take a look at this area. Now, where is it now?
It's on its way back up to repeat the same thing. Looks like it's red, green.
Exactly.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
Thank God. Jesus. No pressure.
So here's the thing, guys. If we already know this is a strong area, that's why I put a red line there, guys, because look, it already hit multiple times. Let's change this back over to the line, and we're going to close out with this. Look how many times it's already been in this area. At least 4, and that's just going back to February the 6th. Okay? So that's just 2 days. It's 2 days it's been in this area 4 times. Now it's at its fifth time. So I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. You know why? Because some people are saying, you know what, this thing looks like it's from here. It's going up. If you didn't catch it down here, it's too late. Okay? Or somewhere in here, it's too late. All right? So now that it's hit this strong area again for the fifth time, you have to wait to see if it's going to break through. And I would wait for the next 2 to 3 candles to see what happens with that before I took the trade, because you don't know that it's going to hit this and bounce and come back down. Okay? So that's why I want you to start training your eyes to see different things, because now you're getting to a point that it just broke through. So now it's at 80-20, it's going up. I'm going to put it back on the candlestick. So another thing is this candlestick right here, guys, that broke through support or resistance rather, that broke through resistance, because here's the thing, your lower lines are your support, your higher lines are resistance. This will, once this breaks through, which it's doing right now, somebody making a little change, this becomes support and this becomes resistance once it breaks through like it's doing right now. Okay? But here's the thing, we need to wait to see where this candle closes. I wouldn't get in it even now. Now I would be watching it, because when a candle opens up where it closed the last time, that means something. That's strong, okay? Now, the thing about, I'm going to switch it to the 5-minute, and we're going to see what it's doing every 5 minutes. But it looks like it's got a little momentum right now, but we don't know if it's sustainable. So let's click over to the 5 minutes to see what it's doing. Okay? Here's our line, same line. It looks like it's breaking out. But now look at this. Here's another strong area again it's running into. I'm going to go grab this. It looks like it's got a little momentum right now. This is another strong area. Okay? So if you're scalping and you see this, you've got people right now probably buying. I know I would be if I was scalping. I would be buying, taking 50 to 75 pips, get out. Wait for it to break through this line. I don't know about that. Oh, okay. Now we're doing something. I'm down here on the 5 minute. I don't necessarily look at the 1 minute. I might scalp and take another 25 or 50 because this is too close for me to go to. Let me see how much this is anyway before I say that. You can do the numbers. But if you had other confirmations and you got in right here, that's 1,627 pips. Guys, that's a lot of money, even at $1. 10 cent trade, that would have been $1,600. That's why I say be real careful with these cryptocurrencies. They move quick. So here's my deal with crypto. The reason why I don't lose very many trades with crypto is because I don't go after the 500 and the 1,000. I may as my confidence gets bigger and better. But right now, my confidence is at 100 pips. So I stay where I'm comfortable. So I do my 100, take my money, get out, get back in, boom, it broke through, take another 100, get out, boom, it broke in. So that's how I do it. Okay, that's my scalping strategy. But I want you to start looking at that because this crypto, I mean, it moves really, really quickly. Catching 100 pips with cryptocurrency is like catching 5 pips with Forex because it moves so fast. Any questions before we close out tonight? Any comments, questions? You guys, do you like this style of trading?
Yes, we do, Dr. Jona. I do have a quick question. Looking at the candlesticks that we were just talking about, what does it mean? You see it all the way at the top where it looks like a wick. What does that mean? Because it's not fat like the rest of the candle. Yes, like those.
What it means is like all the buyers in here, they were trying to push the price up, but they didn't have enough to keep it there. So basically, when this candle closed out, it closed out down here. But what it's letting you know is that in this particular time frame, it did get as high as this, but they couldn't sustain it.
Okay.
So the week, without being a little bit more complex, but just for the sake of visual, when I look at this, I'm like, okay, the buyers, they tried. And they got in this, I don't know what that price is. I can find out by going over here and grabbing my horizontal and putting it at the tip of this wick. So they pushed this thing all the way to 81.27, but they couldn't sustain it and keep it there because they're trying to get the price to go up. People are buying Bitcoin. So you got buyers and sellers all the time. So you had people selling Bitcoin, you have people buying Bitcoin, and the buyers had just enough strength to push it up to 81.27, but they couldn't sustain it. So it came back down. It closed out at 80.78 or something close to that. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So whenever you see those guys, that's what that means. Now, here's the thing. When you start studying candlesticks, it's going to get a little bit more complex than that. But that's the 30,000 foot view.
Okay.
Because some of these candlesticks, like, let me see if I can find one. They call them a doji. That looks like a doji right there. Where, in other words, you got a wick on one side and a wick on the other side, look like a pancake in the middle. That means something. Okay, when you see those.
Okay.
Okay. So again, we just kind of taking it in little bite chunks. You know, not to add a whole lot of things, because we really need to digest what we're talking about and then go use it. Because I think sometimes we can put too much on an agenda or in a training, and you get so much information, and you really, you know, you get, like you say, analysis paralysis, and you don't go try any of it. So everybody under the sound of my voice tonight, the very least you should be able to do is mark up support and resistance and put that chart inside the chat. Now, our next push is going to be you taking a trade. You taking the entry and taking your own exit and putting that in your demo account. So now what you'll be doing is you'll be marking up the chart. You'll be taking a picture of the chart after you've entered the trade, because once you put the trade in, it's going to tell you where your entry was and where your take profit is, and we'll be able to see that on your picture. Somebody just said, oh my God.
All the air just left the room.
No way. I just heard that in the spirit. Somebody went, oh my God.
Jesus.
Oh my God, but I'm going to be so proud of you guys, because I'm going to see all the cute little pictures showing up with the TP on it. I'm going to be so excited. Now, that was funny. I felt that. Yes, indeed. But it's okay. It's okay. And even if you miss it, the confidence that you're going to get from even trying it, you know, is what we're after. Okay? Any other questions, guys? That was a good question. Any other questions? All right, guys, that's all I have. Thank you guys for joining us tonight. Let me stop this recording and stop sharing. And